Hello and welcome to this virtual open day at Les Roches Global Hospitality Education. My name is Andrea Chakravarti. I'm the Dean of Students and member of the Executive Management team here at Les Roches in Switzerland. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome all of you prospective students, parents, guests all across the world for this virtual open day. It's really an honor to be here with you today, and we look forward to spending this time with you. Today, we will be first hearing from our Managing Director, Dr. Damon Meyer, for a brief history of Les Roches and our current DNA. After that, we will look more closely at the academic curriculum through the help of our Program Director, Mr. Gascam, before we will try to understand the professional development journey that our students are undergoing. And then obviously, we want to find out more about student life here on campus at Les Roches, and we're very pleased as well to have our student ambassadors here on our call today. We'd encourage our audience to post your questions in our chat box, and we'd be very happy to address them at the end of this session in our Q&A part. This session will be recorded and will be made available for you thereafter. So without further ado, could we ask Dr. Damon Meyer, our Managing Director for Les Roches, to address our audience today. Dr. Damon Meyer, the floor is yours.
Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. I'm very pleased to welcome you at Les Roches. It's clear that the most important element of school is clearly the mission of the school. So I'm happy to present our mission. There is few words very important in this mission. Visionary leaders, entrepreneurs can shape tomorrow's sustainable world. These elements are crucial and are part of our DNA. On the right side, you can see a nice picture of the incredible location of Crans-Montana. But you cannot understand the DNA of Les Roches without understanding a little bit the history of Les Roches. Les Roches were created in 1954 by a family, and it was the first international school in English in Switzerland. And it's for that we have still something very important in our school. It's a community, family community. And then we opened in 1995 a new campus in Marbella, and then at the end in 2004 in Shanghai. As you know, we are number 3 in the world for hospitality and leisure management. But very important, we are number 2 from the employee perspective. Some figures and numbers. Okay, all the brand has 2,700 students. If we talk about Crans-Montana, we have more than 1,100, nearly 1,200. We have 915 students on the campus and nearly 300 on internship. Of course, we are a cosmopolitan school and we have a lot of nationalities. We have at this moment more than 100 nationalities. That's something very unique in all the hospitality schools. It's innovation hubs at Les Roches, Crans-Montana, and Marbella. It will be the opportunity to our students to live an incredible experience, to have an immersion, total immersion in technology, innovation, entrepreneurship, sustainability. You will see everywhere some startups, some big companies bringing technology, testing technologies, waiting for your suggestions and ideas. So it will be an incredible experience. You will see the innovation hub everywhere in Les Roches. And I hope you will join Les Roches, and when we will be graduate, you will have the opportunity to join the alumni network. As you can see, we have more than 13,000 all over the world, and it's a great, great help and support for all our graduates. Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure for me to do the introduction of the virtual open day, because Les Roches is not just a school, but a way of life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Damon Meyer, for this introduction. And of course, at Les Roches, we really truly believe in this concept of transformative education. But for that, we have to first and foremost understand the journey that our students are embarking on. Now, for that purpose, we'd love to hear more from Mr. Walter Gaskamp, our program director for undergraduate studies, to share with us about the academic curriculum and how the journey to success is actually rolling out. Over to you, Mr. Gaskamp.
Thank you very much, Ms. Chakravarti. Dear participants, dear potential students, parents, welcome to this virtual open day, and good morning or good afternoon to everybody. It's very important that we understand how we will actually implement our transformative studies. And for us, it's very important that we see that we're not only a really international school, but we also have a very international curriculum. It means we have in total a 3.5-year program, which is carried out throughout all the semesters in our campus in Blüch-Comontana or in Marbella in Spain. And we can also offer the first 4 semesters up to diploma level on the Shanghai campus. Just as a quick overview, I will go in all those semesters a little bit more in detail in the later slides. So we start with the BBA1, that's our practical arts semester, in which you will see what does it mean to actually run a hospitality business. That means there we have practical classes in kitchen, in service, in housekeeping, also reception, concierge. So just for you to learn and to get a feel for what does it mean to actually deliver food, to prepare food, to do the service as a base understanding for also then the journey for your first internship. This is also normally what we call front of house internships, and this is normally what you can really see as a guest as well, so that you can put into practice what you have learned during the first semester. Then you have the BBA 3 and 4. This is what we call the fundamentals of hospitality. And there we also have, for example, if you start in Switzerland, you have the transfer opportunity to either Marbella, to Shanghai, or also to our sister school in London. So it means in BBA 3 and 4, you can decide where you will continue your journey internationally. Then you will follow another internship for 6 months. This can be also already a little bit managerial oriented or supervisory internships. Many students actually also do kind of a management and trainee program. And then you come back on the campus either in Switzerland or in Spain, in Marbella, to do the last year, which we call then business integration, where we prepare you for your specialization semester. That's the last one, which is truly self-chosen at the moment. Very important is that our studies is very much career focused from day one on. That means you will start practical arts and academic learning in your BBA1 semester. For example, in the BBA1 semester, we have 20 weeks of education in total, where of course the majority is practical arts related. But at the same time, we also blend in academic learning, also to see from an academic point of view, for example, business mathematics, or for example, you see rooms division courses. And then obviously the global internships that all together with the whole campus situation. That means you're all on one campus. Doesn't matter if it's the BBA1 students or the last year students or the postgraduate students. Everybody is together on one campus, and it means this is the family feel we will provide you. And this also embraces, again, the career focus from day one on. If we have a look then on the BBA1 semester, we have various workshops, either in the practical arts or actually in the academics. For example, from day one on, we will also teach you in innovation. We have a look into principles of entrepreneurship and communication. We have the concepts, different concepts in the service and kitchen, from fine dining over a bit more fast food operations, over banqueting. Then we also have a new concept, which is from the farm to the table, where we actually learn from local suppliers how to actually prepare this. And we have a special chef who is actually very much into this concept of hyper-localization. Then we have modules in guest relations and hotel operations, including housekeeping, including conciergerie, including the reception. We also have a small chalet next to the main campus here in Blüch, for example, where we have as our training center, where we have a real reception for training purposes, or also a hotel room where you can train the housekeeping operations. The rest, the BBA1 Connect semester is actually a semester for students who have travel restrictions or would like to start the BBA1 semester from home. That means the first 10 weeks of this program is the academic part of the BBA1 semester, including already some practical arts elements, which we can easily deliver from home. And then you can come the last 10 weeks really in intense practical weeks on campus. Or the new development we have at the moment is that you can also follow the BBA1 Connect for 20 weeks from home. That means the entire BBA1 semester can be delivered from home. And we have special courses created for that, so that you can also get a feel for the practical element while studying it remotely from home. And then we will give you the opportunity as a volunteer basis to really do intensive practical arts weeks once you come back on campus around your third semester of studies. This is the basic idea. Therefore, after those weeks, we have the professional internship, and the career services department will explain a little bit afterwards what are the major options chosen by the students.
Welcome to the Hotel Schweizerhof, an iconic 4-star superior hotel right in the center of the city of Zurich. My name is Alia, I'm 22, and I'm doing my internship here at the hotel's fine dining restaurant La Soupière. Incredible, huh? You can't ensure that your guests receive an exquisite service up to the standards of a fine dining restaurant without a chef de rang. My job is to make everything perfect for our guests, as perfect as this dessert. This is the part I enjoy the most. It implies focus and a touch of creativity. It's like my own Zen moment in this fast-paced environment. Incredible, huh? Being located in one of the world's most exclusive shopping avenues. In between shifts, it's my turn to enjoy what Zurich has to offer. Thanks to this internship, I have not only learned about implementing standards, but I've also applied all the things I've learned at Les Roches. This experience will greatly impact my future. Incredible, huh?
After the first internship, you will join us in the BBA3 semester, where we teach you again about innovation and sustainability. That's a very important one. And you will see throughout the whole curriculum that sustainability, innovation, CSR will follow you throughout the entire semester. Also in BBA3, we have one bigger project which we would like to offer to the students, where we combine the learning of various subjects together. For example, we combine the sustainability class with the marketing, finance, and human resources. That's the managing diversity in the global workplace. And you as students, you will come up with a very new, innovative concept, either as a hotel or as a restaurant. And you're working together as a group in order to fulfill the needs of the new innovative concept. Additionally, we also have communication classes for those students who need a little bit more support in the English level, or for those students who have already a good level. We can also have, throughout the BBA1, 3, and 4 semesters, you will be able to also join one language class, so we can also learn additionally French, Spanish, and German. And then later on in the higher semester in BBA4, we also have then the opportunity of Italian or Mandarin. When you progress then to the BBA4 semester, there we go a little bit more into the management side of operations. You can see here, for example, we have the F&B management, we have hospitality managerial accounting, leading teams to success. This is really this semester is really about understanding the fundamentals of management. And there again, we have one project which combines almost all the subjects. where we choose normally the groups, so that you also learn how to work with other people, not only your closest friends, so that we diversify a little bit the learning. And there we'll normally develop a hotel concept from the managerial side, also including digital marketing, including the rooms division control, the facility management, meaning how an optimal setting of the hotel should actually look like. And there, as I said before, we also have then the opportunity to have an additional language, for example, Italian or Mandarin. This is then another choice you will get. And that means you can also prepare yourself much better in terms of language skills for the next internship, which is the BBA 5 semester. And in the BBA 5 semester, this is another professional internship where normally the students go a little bit on the managerial or supervisory side.
Welcome to UBIS headquarters and manufacturing. I'm Swana Su, 22 years old, and right now doing my internship at one of Switzerland's most prestigious luxury watchmakers. Incredible, huh? As a travel retail representative, what I do here is essential for the growth of the company within the Chinese market. My days are literally ruled by the clock, hosting VIP visits, planning marketing campaigns, and developing business strategies. Days go so fast and I never have enough. I feel empowered to make a positive impact in the company, and I love it. Incredible, huh? At night, I like to relax and reflect on my day while enjoying my time off. This internship has reinforced my will to work in the luxury industry and has helped me to improve my management skills and make amazing connections. I really don't know what the future awaits, but I have no worries or doubts. I'm ready to live a dream life. Incredible, huh?
After the second internship, you will come back on campus, either in Marbella or in Cremona, and there we prepare you really from what you've learned during the first 4 semesters and the 2 internships. That means we will connect both practical and academic knowledges, and there we dive much deeper into the management side. For example, we learn more about how to manage people, also how to manage and identify talents, how to support talents, how to form a team around you. Also, how we can use technology in order to support your decision-making process in the future, and also how to, for example, setting the pricing, having the revenue management outlook together with the marketing, customer relationship management, to see what are the tools, what are the opportunities. Also to look a little bit what are the trends at the moment for customers, that we also understand what are the needs, what are the trends, what are new concepts coming up. So that means we really open your eyes, and also to let you look a little bit outside the box, to think a little bit further what can be done in order to make the future more successful. Then during the BBS 6 semester, you will be prepared for the BBS 7 semester. And there, the BBS 7 semester, this is your specialization semester. So currently, the students choose a specialization, and there is really to gain in-depth knowledge. The current specializations we have are entrepreneurship, digital marketing strategies, and financial performance management. Very important to add here is that the last semester currently is entirely self-chosen by the students. That means we do not impose a course at the moment in the last year, but the students choose their specialization, which consists of 4 courses dedicated to that specialization, plus 1 general education subject and 1 hospitality elective. Very important, the general education element for us, that we develop you not only in terms of hospitality management, but also that you have the opportunity to learn different topics. For example, we have 1 course in politics or in sociology or an ethics course. So something which is not directly related to hospitality, but also something what will help you for the future to understand your surroundings better, and also that you try to connect other topics of the world together with hospitality. In entrepreneurship, you will be guided through a business planning process, also together with project management, legal considerations. There we also have digital marketing strategies and also financial modeling courses, because it's very important that we are embracing here the idea of you are creating your own business idea around one area you really like. This can be also connected with the innovation hub. That means you have direct contact to companies, and as well to really embrace that you can also implement your own idea. And if I see that more than a third of our graduates are actually entrepreneurs at the moment, this is something what we embrace since many years, and this is also what helps students to start up their own organization, or maybe to go back to the family organization and to take over the family business after some time. For those students who are a little bit more interested into digital marketing or marketing in general, we have a specialization in digital marketing strategies, where we learn about what are the actually effective and innovative sales strategies, so how to get the idea over to the customers. Again, we have the digital marketing and social media engagement classes, where you really learn how to get your message onto new channels. We have also the diversification worldwide. That means strategic global marketing classes, where you really learn about how to diversify your product globally and how to market that, because I think every hospitality organization is operating globally, and this is something very important to realize, and also how to implement effective strategies. Also for the financial performance management, this is something for those students who are more have an affinity for finance related subjects, and there we go into performance management, so to analyze how the company is actually performing financially well, what are the drivers of the organization, what are, for example, costing lots of money, so to understand where do the money flows go. Also, we have financial risk management, that we can see, okay, how can we actually manage our risk financially, how we can diversify portfolios, for example, what are the risk management strategies, also to analyze what are the drivers of the organization, and also we have a financial modeling class where you will learn how to better forecast, how to implement models in the financial forecasting methods. So this is basically around this specialization. We are working very closely with organizations, and I'd like to add at this point that we are having very often companies on campus who are delivering professional workshops. We also have companies who are providing us with projects. For example, the BBA1 students currently, as we speak, are working together with an organization to test an innovative hospitality entrepreneurship product. Then we have very often a company that assists us to have a real life project in digital marketing, for example. As an example, we worked last year for the final project of the specializations. We worked with one hotel here in Crans-Montana, and we were actually, or the students, not we, the students actually worked together with the hotel as the real life project to have a new positioning of a new product, because they wanted to diversify their offerings. So they asked the students in the digital marketing strategy class to come up with a new positioning of the hotel and the new services. Or we also had one organization, it's a small restaurant chain in Switzerland, but they also diversify a little bit internationally at the moment. And there we developed a new social media strategy for the organization. For the financial performance management class, we participated in the Smith Travel Research competition in the US last year, where the students had to also implement financial measures and how to measure financial drivers a little bit better. Also in entrepreneurship, we have a boot camp where the students are really encouraged to really put their ideas into practice, and they will learn there how to actually implement the idea, how to pitch the idea. So it's not only that we're having face-to-face classes, it's also that we have real projects, we have lots of presentations, we have real companies who are actually the project providers. And this is something where, from, as I say, from day one on, embrace very much the idea of entrepreneurship, innovation, and also how to make the hospitality in the future more sustainable.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mr. Gaskamp, for this overview of this rich and diverse curriculum that we have in place here. And we can notice that a few attendees just joined us a little bit later. Hello and welcome to all of you. And you're very welcome to use the chat function to post your questions. And we have received already the first questions that we'd be very happy to take up in the end. Now, we heard a lot about leadership, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And let's be honest, our students are very ambitious. Most of them, they come and join us and they already dream of becoming a future entrepreneur, a future hospitality leader. And if you as prospective students, you can identify with that, you will be in the right place here at Les Roches. And of course, also speaking out to our parents on the call here, obviously employability is a key criteria when choosing a school. So we'd like to hear a little bit more about this professional development in depth, and we'd be handing over to Stephanie Ruiz, our Head of Career Services, to share with us in more depth this professional development journey.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome once again. My name is Stephanie. I'm the Head of Career Services here at Les Roches. I have been working here for almost 7 years, and I'm actually an alumni. Before we talk about careers, a little video for you.
We want those students to be part of our success.
The quality of education and the training in the soft skills in Les Roches is pretty impressive.
I absolutely adore the students. They just stand out amongst the crowd.
Entrepreneurial spirit,
Humility.
thinking outside of the box, problem solving. They are our future leaders.
We need unique people to fill in the roles.
We need the best of the best.
All right, so to give you a little bit of an introduction, one thing that we strongly believe in is for you to be ready in the hospitality industry and to take on the jobs that you're interested in. And as you have seen from what we've explained so far, the curriculum is really tailored to that. And the next thing is the support that you get from the Career Services Department, where we're really going to find out together with you what is it that you really, really want to do? What are you very passionate about? And for us, this is key. It's important that you follow a path that you're interested in and something that you're good at. Because if you use the skills that you're good at and you are passionate about what you're going to do, when you go on those internships, you're going to learn so much more. You're going to advance so much more. And this will be very important upon graduation so you can find the job of your dreams. So that's important. Now, in the past, when I was a student, and we're talking about many, many years ago, hospitality was really hotels, resorts, restaurants, and bars. And if we took it really, really far, tourism and travel. Now, this has really changed. And hospitality nowadays is so much more than this. It has really expanded. If we can go to the next slide, thank you. You will see that now we're talking about conferences, exhibitions, large events, concerts, students going to work in theme parks, attraction parks, the airline industry and cruises, but also luxury, the experience economy, finance. A lot of students are very interested in sustainability, so they go more towards that side. We can talk about marketing, real estate, consulting, destination management. So there is so much more. Now, one thing that we don't do is tell you exactly where you need to go. what we do is help you find out what is it that you want to do, because each one of you is different. And not one career is good for everybody. So we cannot force you all to go to the same place. All right. So we're not going to say, okay, this is going to be your internship. You're going to go to this location in this company and do this position. This is something that we have to figure out together. Now, what we want you to do is go through the process of applying for all these different positions and go through, let's say, the struggles of it, because finding a job is never easy. Finding an internship is never easy. We're going to make it a little bit easier, but you need to put in the work. And then you come to the team and say, oh, I'm struggling because I have sent so many applications and I haven't received anything back, or I have interviews and I get really, really nervous and I'm not sure how to continue. I have 3, 4, 5 offers and I don't know which one is the best one for me to choose. So we'll help you along the way. We'll give you the path. Here you can see some of the companies that you can go to. This is really just a handful, but there are many more out there. And we also want to help you discover all the opportunities you have out there. So that's also part of the support that the team will give you. That's also very important. So to take it from the very beginning, from the first day that you start with us, you will have a curriculum that is set up in the first stages for you to find that internship, and in the later stages of your BBA1 to also know how to be successful at your internship and how to behave during your internship and what are good business practices, so that you can feel at ease and that you know how to ask the right question and that you eventually get more responsibility so that you can grow in your career. In these courses, we will go from the basics of how to write your CV and how to present yourself online so that digitally you have a very good professional footprint, to other things like interviewing skills, or give you a snapshot of the different kinds of positions that you can have within the hospitality industry. And if you were to do an internship outside of that traditional hospitality industry, what kind of positions can you apply for? How does a normal day in this lives look like? How do these jobs look like? And what are the different skills that you can start and continue developing in? We will also give you, of course, support during the internship, especially if this is the very first time that you're going to do an internship. This can always be challenging and there will always be questions. And very often you will feel more comfortable to reach out to your counselor on campus than to your manager, because you don't want to look bad. So you still have that support, and also for the good things if anything good is happening. On top of that, we also offer lots of interview training, not only from within the team, but we have an outside consultant who does the Skype interview trainings for our students. Nowadays, majority of you will do interviews through Skype because the companies are located all over the world. We have students going to every single place imaginable. So that's a lot of fun. So you could choose to go back home and do your internship back home, or you could choose to go abroad, whatever abroad means for you, depending on your passports. I said that we are going to let you apply, but we're going to make it a little bit easier. So that means that we, for example, host career days. We just hosted the last one digitally because obviously of the current situation, and because we have students also studying digitally, so everybody gets the chance. And we had 189 recruiters from different companies joining us and having these career chats and having interviews with the students. We also have an online platform called Simplicity, where we have the companies posting the jobs, and when you apply, your CV goes directly to them. And we will show you other methods where you can source your internship. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you very much, Stephanie. And we can see that the chat box is indeed filling up with a lot of questions around internships. So we'll be taking them up a bit later. So that's fantastic. Thank you. Now we have heard, or we keep seeing also our school motto, if you wish. Les Roches is not just a school, it's a way of life. And I'd like to invite Alex Small, our Student Affairs Officer and also in charge of student communication, to join us here and share with us a little bit what makes Les Roches student life so special. What is it about student life?
Good morning, thank you, Andrea. So my name is Alex. I work as part of the Student Affairs team and Communications Officer in school. I am also an alumnus from a few years ago now, and have been working in school for just over 7 years now. So what is student life? That's the big question. And student life, what's important in it? So student life is everything that happens outside of class hours. So we've heard from Mr. Gerskamp and everything that happens academically, so during your class time, but remember that you will be here for an extended period of time, and there will be plenty of hours in the day to fill, and it's our role to help fill those hours with something productive and useful. Now, we've polled the students and we've asked them, well, what's important to you in your student life? And the one point that comes up time and again, every single person that we polled has said is networking. So networking means meeting people outside of your classroom, outside of your regular social grouping, and getting to know other people from around the world. We've got many different nationalities, many different backgrounds that are represented, and it's really a fantastic opportunity to get to know a little bit more about some of these people and where they come from. There's also extracurricular learning, so personal development, which is very important to the students. So we've got lots of different things that that we do and that we put on, which helps to improve you as a professional as well as filling your time. And that's the third point. So having an active lifestyle is important, of course, outside the classroom. It's important to be able to do more than simply go to class, do your learning, go back to your dorm, and have the day start again. So it's really to try and fill that time. So we've got a little video lined up to show you, to give you a little bit of an example of what some of this looks like. So at this point, I do feel compelled to mention that all of that was filmed before 2020 and before all of our current COVID restrictions. And yes, we must address the fact that this has put a challenge to our student life, and it has put a challenge to what we do on a regular basis, but it has not stopped in any way our student life. Yes, it's become a new challenge, but it is one that we are facing head on and very successfully. So how do we achieve all of everything that we speak about here? So we do this through sports and leisure, clubs and societies, and student-led events. So our sports and leisure activities include weekend outings. Every weekend we've got outings. At the moment, of course, everything is being sensitive to restrictions that are in place. So we like to make use of our natural surroundings a lot. We are in Crans-Montana, which is a fantastic resort. As you can see in the picture on your screen at the moment, we're right in the middle of the Swiss Alps. So we really make use of our area. So there's been lots of hiking going on this semester. Our team sports are currently on hold, but we do regularly have team sports as well across our different pitches and everything that we'll show you a couple of images of afterwards. And we have weekly sports, and these are continuing currently, albeit in a remote format. So we do Zumba, for example, and yoga, which students can connect to from their rooms and still keep up with those keep fit activities. We also have our clubs and societies, and yet again, our clubs and societies, these are interest-based groups, so people come with a wide variety of interests, and we like to foster that, and we like to make sure that people can still explore these interests that they have, and perhaps discover some new ones. And this is especially important for our extracurricular learning. So we have our Sharp Speakers Club, for example, which is all about improving public speaking and improving your public speaking. Normally, well, in front of an audience, but at the moment they're focusing on improving your public speaking on a digital format, which is something that we've been facing a lot more in this very particular year. Then we have other interests that can range everything from the Green Club, our Art Society, all the way to the Wine Club. So lots of different interests, which again, can help shape you as a professional as well and help you discover some new passions too. Finally, we have our student-led events, which are truly fantastic events, which are put on from scratch by the students, for the students, and to really fill their semester. And the students who get involved in the organization, of course, they get a huge amount of hands-on experience in the event setup and even wrap up. So they really do everything throughout. So we've got the World of Wine Expo that happens annually. We've got the Future of Hospitality Summit, which happens annually. These are events which the students are always delighted to put on, and it's completely up to them to join in whichever way that they choose to. And this is the key part of student life. It's all there and it's all at your disposal. And it's up to you to make use of it. So there's no one behind you saying you've got to go into this student life and join this club and join this. So you do what you would like from this. Everything is there for you to choose from. And this, for me, is really what makes the difference between a standard semester. When you go home at the end of the school year, you'll meet your friends again back home, and they'll say, "Oh, what was Les Roches like for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you have a nice time?" And it's the student life that'll really make it stand out from being, "Oh, yes, it was nice. I learned some things, and it's all good," or actually, I had a really fun time, and I've learned stuff, but I've also enjoyed my semester in school. So this is all important to us. Now I'd like to give you a brief campus tour as well. Difficult when it's not in person. So we've lined up a few pictures for you. And well, on that first slide, we could see our main building. That's our main campus building that's located in the center of Bruges. All of these pictures now have been taken in summer, so everything is lush and green. Right now we are in autumn, so we've got lots of fiery yellows and reds going on outside the window, and everything is starting to frost over in the mornings, and soon we'll be expecting some snowfall, which will remain throughout the winter. So across the campus, our campus crosses a small village called Bluche that's just on the outskirts of Crans-Montana, and takes up quite a wide footprint in there. And we've got buildings that range in size and shape and date of build, but all of our rooms are of a very similar setup. So the majority of our rooms are shared accommodation. We do have some single accommodation buildings, but they will all come with the same basic setup as you see on your screen. As I say, they might look slightly different to this, but you see a few of the different options. There are certain rooms that come equipped also with a kitchen space. So all of this is available to you when you book your room. You can inquire with our lodging team. Afterwards, we have our F&B outlets, of course. So this is something that you will get very familiar with during your first semester and your practical rotations. You'll be going through and experiencing not only the guest side of this, which is these are the outlets that you'll enjoy your meals whilst you're here, but you'll also enjoy the practical hands-on experience of serving and cooking in these different outlets as well. And they all have a slightly different objective. So the larger image you see is our fine dining restaurant. Then you see the marketplace restaurant in the top right. This is our primary restaurant where all of our breakfast, lunch and dinner can be had, and all of our meals on weekends as well. Fresh and Fast, the B3 restaurant. These are different concept restaurants as well, which serve lunch and or dinner throughout the week as well. So plenty of options. So then, of course, we work hard. We have our classroom spaces. So all of our, due to the nature of our studies, all of our spaces are slightly different. So yes, we will have standard classroom spaces. We'll have lecture theatres, such as the one that you see on the right. We have a dedicated mock hotel building that is used for our practical classes, especially in that first semester as well. So this is all decked out like a hotel. We've got the reception downstairs, we've got the rooms upstairs, and students go through their practical rotations through there as well. Then we have study spaces, which are very important. Not everything will be delivered in a classroom, so you will have outside study time as well. So you'll see In the center on the right, an image of our lobby with plenty of students at work in what looks to be group work. Just above that, you've got a young lady in the library space. Then we've got our computer labs as well. And down at the bottom right, well, this is one of our very popular rotations, which is the Roots Bar, and learning to mix cocktails and drinks and things like this in our first semester of studies. So lots of different environments there. And also for us to play. So I mentioned before, we've got our sports facilities on campus. We've got our pitch, we've got our basketball court there. So we play football, we play rugby, we play cricket, we play basketball, volleyball. In the winter, we make sure we use the ski resorts up above. So we're up there and skiing on a regular basis too. In the summer, we've got our swimming pool. I must say that swimming pool is currently under renovation. We do have a secondary pool, which is slightly smaller, that is available at the moment. And of course, we've got our fitness facilities, so our gym there. And all of this remains available to the students throughout the semester and is there for you to make good use of as well. So that about concludes our campus tour. And thank you very much for giving me the time to explain a little bit about student life.
Thank you so much, Alex. And it makes us dream of being a student again from time to time. So thank you for sharing that with us. But maybe we want to ask those who actually enjoy the student life the most, which is our students. So we're really pleased to have Lisa, who is with us here on the call, one of our student ambassadors. Lisa, good morning, and thank you so much for being here with us. Lisa, if we may, you're active as a student ambassador, so really out of your own time, you're engaging in the community. Before we go to the question and answer session, would you be able to share with us just what brought you to Les Roches, what brought you here? Where does this passion for hospitality come from?
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm sitting in one of the classrooms in French Montana, and my name is Lisa. I'm coming from Russia. I've always wanted to work somewhere in the hospitality industry, and first I found out that Switzerland is the best country to learn that. And then, well, I chose Les Roches after a few of open days in different universities all over the Switzerland. Les Roches actually stood out of all the universities because of its diversity, because I don't know, I just liked it there the moment I came in. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. And Lisa, you're currently in your 6th semester of the bachelor program. Could you share with the audience here a little bit today, what have been the highlights along those journey, academically speaking, or maybe about student life?
Well, I'm right now in my last year, and due to current situation this year, my academic journey has changed a bit. So the natural way of studies is that you have, by BBA 6, you would already have completed 2 internships. Well, I had to change my academic journey, and straight away after BBA 4, I have postponed my internship, my 2nd internship, and I went for a last year. This is an unusual experience, but I enjoyed. And well, I have gone for the first semester, which is practical, and that was extremely fun because I've learned, I went through all the departments from kitchen to service, and well, I learned a lot there. And then next semesters were more on academic side, where I've learned more about managerial part of it, and well, deepened my studies in academic part. Yes.
Fantastic, thank you so much. And which, if we may ask you, Lisa, which specialization are you planning to choose for your final semester in BBA 7?
Oh, that's a nice question. I'm thinking of finance management, right now. But all of them are rather interesting, so I will take my time thinking about it. Yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Perfect. And then we will take up already a few of the questions. And for the speakers who are still on the call, we'll be actually staying on the question of courses selection and specializations. Now, we have heard that in the last semester, there's a specialization, and maybe we can ask Mr. Wolf Geskamp to take the following question from one of the audience members here. In the last 2 semesters, are the same courses and electives offered in Crans-Montana and in Marbella campus?
We have actually the curriculum is set up that especially for the BBA 3 and 4 semester, where you have the transfer option, that all the curriculum is aligned between all the different campuses to allow for the swap. Then for the last year, we have a very similar curriculum in Marbella and in Crans-Montana. And for the specialization, we have the entrepreneurship specialization and the marketing specialization in Marbella as well, but they also offer a specialization in resort management. So there I have one different specialization where we, for example, focus a little bit on the finance side.
Fantastic, thank you so much. I did mention before, we have a lot of questions that came about the internships and career development. So Stephanie, if we could ask you to join us here once more. And one of the questions was basically, do the students get to choose where they want to do the internship, or does the school guarantee placements of the student?
To be honest, if you want an internship, you can find an internship. So that's definitely number one. It's not very difficult being number two worldwide, recognized by the industry. We have very good relationships with especially the main companies, but tons of companies around the world. So finding an internship is not the biggest challenge. And yes, you have the choice. So you get to choose which type of department you like to do. You get to choose which type of company you like to go to, which brands you like to work for. And then we look at the locations as last, depending on your passport or passports or residence permits, which is different for each one of you. So we always will look at the individual case of every single student.
Mm-hmm. And there's a follow-up question. Is it an optional internship that the students do, or is it mandatory as part of the program?
The internships are mandatory, they're credit bearing, they are very, very important. And this is also why the companies choose to work with us, because afterwards, when you graduate, having done 2 6-month internships, you have 1 year of experience. If you graduate with 1 year of experience, finding a job is much easier than if you had never worked before. So definitely it's important and it's mandatory.
Mm-hmm. And then we just heard from Lisa about her academic journey that had to be adjusted a little bit in this year 2020. And obviously there's a question from our audience to understand how has the whole COVID-19 situation actually affected the internships and the way we run this as a school, and how are you currently managing to address these challenges, Stephanie, with your team?
So because of the close contact that we have with the industry, we've managed to run a very successful survey. We had over 500 replies from all over the world, from companies all over the world, letting us know what is the situation, because the situation has evolved differently if we look at Asia than if we look at Europe or the United States. We're at different stages of the development of the pandemic, and obviously the companies are affected in a different way at every single stage. So one thing that we can do is stay in touch with those companies who've answered this survey, and having 500, I think it's a very good sample that allows us to also let the students know where are you more likely to be successful when you're looking for an internship. In Lisa's case, for example, we went ahead and postponed it. This is something that we did last semester for lots of students who said, I don't feel comfortable going to a workplace. I don't feel safe. I don't think this is the right move for me at this stage. We completely understand. I think we take a very human approach to it, and very realistic, and have decided to move this internship to a little bit later, so that Lisa, for example, and her classmates, they have the chance to do what they really want to do an internship that is really valuable to their career. So yeah, we keep adjusting. It's difficult, yes, it's challenging, but I do think that the good connections with the industry definitely help.
Super. And obviously also an interesting question. Are these internships paid, and how much are they regularly paid?
All right, so this is a very common question and a very difficult question to answer because it really depends. All right, so it depends on where in the world are you going, what type of position are you going to hold, what type of company are you going to work for. So for example, if you look at internships here in Switzerland, if you work for any hotel here in Switzerland, the minimum salary is 2,100 something francs, which will allow you to pay your own accommodation, your meals, and have a little bit of fun on the side. It will not allow you to buy a Louis Vuitton purse every single weekend, but you can have a very decent internship and really be economically independent. There are other locations, for example, if you look at Europe, where internships can be either unpaid or up to about 500 euros. In the Middle East, they will pay you less, but they will give you accommodation, all your meals, transportation, and basically cover all your basic costs. So you have no cost and no taxes to pay. So the little money that you get is basically pocket money. So we will basically, when we are having those discussions with you, where would you like to go, what type of position, we will also look at the financial aspect. Is it important for you to be financially independent? Then we will guide you towards certain locations where you will be able to do so. If this is not important and for you it's more important to have a supervisory role or managerial role, then we will look at that. But maybe it's paid, maybe it's unpaid, depending on the regulations of the locations.
So there's plenty of options to tailor it to the individual situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, wonderful. Great. Thank you, Stephanie. We would have a question for you, Lisa, if you'd be able to join us once more, which is also a very important question we heard earlier, work hard, play hard. And one of the questions is, and I would believe it's maybe a prospective student, maybe rather than a parent, is there time after school to relax, or is there always work to do?
Well, I must say there is some work to do, of course. At school, you have classes, you have to do some homework, of course. But then we always have some time to relax. I like that the school provides us with a balanced time management, and then we have some activities in school. We can manage some activities in Gran Montana ourselves. And of course, there is some time to relax, and there are some opportunities to do so, like hiking or some other activities. Even now with restrictions, we have many opportunities to enjoy ourselves in a free time.
That's great, and I'm glad to know you are seizing those opportunities even at the moment. We always say there's never a bad season in Gran Montana, because students are able to enjoy all of the different phases throughout the year. Wonderful. Then we will take probably 2 more questions, given that our time is getting a bit shorter in this session here. We have one question once more to Mr. Geskamp, to see if most of our students, are they actually continuing their studies and applying maybe for a master program here at Les Roches or elsewhere, or are most of them going to work?
I would say that a good majority of the students, they will normally start their career because they would like to also enjoy their independence. We see a trend at the moment that students are continuing with their studies. That means from after the bachelor program to do the master program. It's clearly a trend at the moment, and I think it's very important to continue education. So that it's not only a bachelor, but also that students do other courses or master programs. We have lots of alumni actually who are coming back now for the master studies. We also have a new master program in hospitality digital transformation, where this is a very high interest level from current students of the bachelor program. So lots of students actually went over for this new master program. Also, keeping in mind that after the bachelor, depending a little bit on your age as well, because many universities, also for our internal MBA program, where there's a minimum requirement of 24 years of age and also some working experience. This is why very often students actually go to work for 2-3 years, sometimes 4 or 5, and then come back to do the master. Or, for example, the MBA program, I mean, or for those who would like to continue directly with the postgraduate semesters. This is why we have the Master of Digital Transformation, which doesn't have an age limit.
And for those amongst the audience members, we do have a follow-up session actually about our master program. So you're very welcome to join us there as well. There are, speaking about admissions criteria, we do have 1 or 2 questions around that as well. And I'd love to pick them up. And one of the questions is, what is Les Roches looking for when students apply in terms of curricular activities? And there we have, as we heard, we have students coming from all across the globe. So there's no description of what we precisely look for, but we do obviously look for good grades and achieving the minimum results, be that for the university entrance level, for English, and all of the core subjects. But more than that, if you have experience in being active in a community, be that in your local community or in an association or maybe in the school, maybe having showed some leadership opportunities is really, really important. And also having really an open mindset, being curious to learn about the world. So be that when you try to bring that in your motivation letter, help us understand that you're really passionate about hospitality and about being in a global environment, and that will be able to make a lot of the difference. For more detailed and technical questions around the admissions criteria, because we have so many variances across the globe, we can offer to be in touch with you thereafter, so that we can really tailor the response to your specific condition. And of course, we have also certain, we heard from Mr. Kaskam, certain age advice. Sometimes for the higher programs, there's a minimum age requirement. We don't have maximum age limits in terms of joining our programs, which is one of the questions from the audience members. At the same time, the visa eligibility and to be able to receive a student permit may require clearance from our local authorities who may have additional criteria in place, but would be more than happy to advise you on a personal basis for that. And we probably have been able to address the majority of the questions so far. And maybe could we ask Lisa for a final word? What advice would you give to prospective students at this point in time?
Well, I would like them to just see for themselves if they like Les Roches, and they should be sure that they like hospitality. And then if they do so, no doubt Les Roches is one of the places to learn that. And they should not be concerned about time to relax or opportunities to do some extracurricular activities, because, well, we're living in a very nice mountain area where we have all the opportunities to enjoy ourselves. And then, yes, just know that Les Roches is the place to be. I love it with all my heart, and I feel like if they come here, they will enjoy as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this wonderful sharing from your experience, Lisa. And yeah, we'd love to take the opportunity to thank you very much, Lisa, for having taken the time out of your class schedule. And we know you have probably assessments coming up very shortly. We wish you all the very best. We'd love to thank our other speakers, Dr. Demen Meyer, Mr. Gerstkamp, Stephanie Ruiz, Alex Small, for having joined us on the call. And of course, really a warm thank you to all of the audience, prospective students, parents, guests. We'd love to hear more from you. And obviously, we'd love to welcome you on our campus shortly in Crans-Montana. And in the meantime, please stay safe, stay healthy, and with best wishes from Switzerland. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.